dangerous world we live in. I was in my town in Tennessee about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and I was taking a short walk. And this man came up to me with this great big long shotgun. He held it up to me and he said, "If you don't give me your money, I'm going to shoot you." I said, "I ain't got no money." He took that gun and he walked me up this long, dark road, just me and him. He frisked me up one side and down the other. He said, "You ain't got no money." I said, "I've already told you that. But if you'll do that one more time, I'll write you a check." Well, you know, here in the South, people do get confused about good Southern language and Southern cooked food. I had this nice lady from the north that moved into my community, and I wanted to be nice to her, so I got me a big brown paper bag and filled it full of collard greens and took it up to her, and I said, "I brought you a mess of collard greens." She looked at it and she said, "Well, it sure is a mess." And then I wanted to be helpful, and I said, "Do you know how to make sawmill gravy?" She said, "Where do I get a sawmill?" And then I thought, well, I'll try again. I said, "Have you ever made red-eye gravy? Do you know how to make red-eye gravy?" She said, "Where do you get the red eyes?" I wanted to say an opossum, but I didn't. Well, I'll tell you, there are 2 ladies that live in my little town in Tennessee, and they're sisters. One is named Lulabelle, and the other one is named Frances Louise. And they're sisters, and they do everything together. They shop together, they go to church together, they do everything. So on Saturday, they were driving out to do their errands, and Lulabelle was driving. And she sees a red light, she goes, "Vroom!" through the red light. And her sister thought, well, I better give her a chance to compose herself and be sure she's awake, so I'll just watch her. Well, she goes to another red light. She goes, zoom, right through the red light again. And she said, "Sis, I believe you just ran a red light." She says, "Oops, am I driving?" Well, you know, the men have got a new perfume out. It's called "You All Come and Get It." Have you got it? You all come and get it. Well, we women my age have got a new perfume out too, and it's called "If We Got It, We Wouldn't Know What to Do With It." Well, I'll end up with a joke about the Baptist. There's a very nice Baptist church in the little town in Tennessee I live in, and there's a very attractive Sunday school teacher. And in her class was a gentleman, and he was single, and she was single, and he said, well, I kind of would like to take her out. So he said to her, you think we could go out to dinner sometime? And she said, yes, she thought that was all right. And so he picked her up, and he was smoking a cigarette, and he said to her, would you like a smoke? Oh, she said, no, thank you. What would I tell my Sunday school class if they saw me smoking? Went on to dinner, and he had a glass of wine, and he said, would you like a glass of wine? She said, well, no, thank you. What would I tell my Sunday school class if they saw me drinking wine? Well, on the way home, they passed a motel. He thought, well, he might as well try again. So he said, would you like to go into the motel? She said, yes, I think that'd be all right. And he said, well, what would you tell your Sunday school class? She said, I tell them what I always tell them. You don't have to smoke and drink to have a good time.